exactly what it sounds like. Cut through them like they personally insulted the wind. Was whatever they could find. On bad days, they scraped lichen off of rocks. Fungus comes with a detox plan. Barren lands didn't come with restrooms. And when the fungi ran out, the team upgraded to their backup boots. The table is waiting. Play now for free.
It's really important to us at Company Academy to make sure that all students have full access to the curriculum at all times. We know that students, for some reasons, don't always access the mainstream curriculum and also mainstream school life all of the time. And that might be for a variety of reasons. It might be that health issues and they need to spend some time at home and maybe have a blended approach of being in the school and also spending some time at home. They're not ready to have a full school environment experience. It might be that a student has got some medical conditions where they need to spend a period of time out of school. It's be fantastic because we can use it in so many different ways. We can have works at home and using our seats. It helps us with a range of different individual plans for students. It might be as well that we use it to help students.
The survivors reached Hudson's Bay Company headquarters. A total failure. 5,500 miles traveled, 500 miles of coast mapped, half the crew dead, a craving for human flesh, and the Northwest Passage still stubbornly non-existent. Think about that the next you have a bad day at work. But John Franklin got rewarded anyway. He was elected to the Royal Society, celebrated for his bravery. Others, meanwhile, out the obvious. His last trip was the chef's kiss of catastrophe. And yet, Franklin kept going back to the Arctic. Two ships, HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, left Greenhithe, Canada. This time, Franklin bragged about how prepared they were. Not a disaster, he said. They had 8,000 tins of food for 3 years. The ships were last seen on July 29th. Then nothing. The Arctic hit mute on the adventure. It took until 1859 for the first clues to show up. And of course, they were grim. They always are. Franklin died by June 11th, 1846. The mystery dragged on for over a century and a half. The wreck of the Erebus turned up in 2014 near Queen Maud Gulf. The Terror appeared in 2016, parts south of King William Island. No one knows exactly what happened, but the fatal journey likely started in the deceptively upbeat Disco Bay in Greenland and ended somewhere in the frozen north of Canada. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to keep my motivation from drifting more than polar ice floes. In 1852, German cartographer August Petermann published a map Franklin would have killed to have on that fateful voyage. You know, just something to stare at when morale was dropping faster than the crew's body weight. On the map, the North Pole and the open polar sea. Petermann believed a warm current flowed from Japan straight into the Arctic, keeping the ocean ice-free. So what did the explorers do? They doubled down on the delusions. And that's when a new player entered the game. American explorer Elisha Kent Kane. He sailed all the way to northwestern Greenland searching for the missing expedition, and he didn't find them. What he did find was 2 solid years of being trapped under the ice. But Kane and his team survived. He got farther north than anyone before him, and what he saw actually seemed to support Petermann's theory. The channel was ice-free, wide open. So when Kane and his crew returned in one piece, people were amazed, and then realized the dream of an ice-free polar ocean suddenly looked less like fantasy and a lot more like, let's do this. Sure, the Suez Canal opened in 1860.
Like, hello. Can't fucking see. Hello, James. How are you doing, mate? Are you okay?
And finally solved the whole Cape of Good Hope is trying to straight up drown everyone problem, but that didn't slow the race for the North Pole. If anything, it hit the gas. Everyone mocked Secretary of State William Seward for buying
Yeah, well,
Alaska.
just enjoying.
They called it Seward's folly.
It's warm
But for
at my mate's
Seward,
house.
Alaska was just
In his
step
little shack.
one of his Arctic world domination tour. Britain was
Staying
still
out of the sun,
enjoying
but
planting
enjoying
flags.
the warmth.
Russia was thinking about the 1800s version of special operations. Even Sweden got in on the game. Adolf Erik Nordenskjöld, whose Vega expedition became the first to navigate the entire Northeast Passage in
Well, basically, I'm a master manifestor. I can't help it. But I never, ever, ever try and manifest anything. I just think about something I'd like, or something for someone else. And, well, this is a prime example, yeah? So I went for a real long walk today with my friend, a hike actually. And I told him about my bivvy bag, bivouac. And he was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a bivvy. I was like, my one was just a normal, it's like a sleeping bag sack. Anyway, last night, or night before, actually, something like that, I was at my friend's flat, went outside to sort of go, and there's a big, long bag with like poles in it, and I thought it was a fishing bag. Anyway, I got back and opened up to have a look, and it was a two-man big boy super duper bivvy. I was like, what? Just happens. It's one of them things. But I think if you actually, the intent, I want, I think, I personally, I can't see it happening. I just always, if I manifest something, or I'm thinking about something, and like I said, it's a charity shop, 9 times out of 10 there'll be one there. But I always make sure I get something. If I see something, my friend or one of my friends, I get something. It's only going to be a few quid, but it's the thought that counts, as they say. They're getting into it anyway. I think if you like, oh, I want, that sends out a bad signal. It's lack. Just be like, oh yeah, I like the idea of that. Want one of them. You never know. might go to charity shopping. You might go downstairs, get in the car, drive down the road, out of the corner of your eye. Exactly. Corner of your eye. That's happened to me. I was about to buy a bag on Facebook bushcraft group. Literally about to buy it, and my mate rang me, so I was like, "Oh, I'll get it when I get back." Went to Glastonbury. Fucking drove past this house. They're giving away a load of stuff. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed a fucking camouflage. I was like, oh. It was right at the bottom as well. It wasn't even very, it wasn't really visible. I was like, no. So I stopped, got out, and it was literally the bag I was about to buy. Camouflage one rather than plain olive green, but I was like, what is going on? Crazy. I'm crazy. Love you. I'm free to love you. Oh. True enough. Another one is like visualization. You sort of see yourself doing something. It's like it shall be. So I've got a thing about Bristol cars. That's really happy. Well, abundance is exactly what you need. No more, no less. Too much is greed, too little is lack. And in all honesty, you don't actually need a great deal. Yeah, anyway, I've got this thing about Bristol cars. I never really know much about them, but my dad was really keen on it. I was in my head the other day, I was like, oh yeah, I started looking at Bristol cars, and they're really this like proper handcrafted cars. They should be. Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, Bristol cars. I didn't even know what ones there were. I started looking into them, and was it one called? I don't know what it was called. I put two posts on my channel. First one, my name's Philip Locke, private plate, Nana, number PL. I was like, oh, hang on a minute, because I was thinking to myself, I'm going to have one of these one day, and then fucking they're not cheap. For that, like a old classic one, you're looking at 40, 50, 60 grand, and they made the last ones they made were called the Bristol Fighter, which they're like 200 grand if not more. I don't want one of them. I wouldn't mind just an old one, even this beat up old thing. And then I saw another one, PL number plate. I was like, hey, what's going on? So even if it's just for a day, it'd be lovely. Beautiful cars, a hell of a sound to them. Actually, let's have a listen to what they sound like. Oh, so basically, they were it's an aeroplane company, an aviation company that there's quite a few different planes, fighter bombers, all sorts from both world wars. Is make planes for the cause, and when the war was ending, they realised they wouldn't be making half as many planes. They decided to make cars, and after the war, the Allies, where they sort of won and taken factories, they divvied up all of the car companies. So they could have had Volkswagen, but they ended up going for BMW. So there's a fucking rat. Ugh. Over there. Bristol, so their first few cars were basically BMWs, which they made a lot better, like really beautifully handcrafted, but the body and the shell and the grille's like a BMW. But yeah, amazing cars. This is a sound. Find one. Ooh, Bristol Blenheim too. In the 80s, they made some pretty fucking howlers by the looks, I think. Made Rolls Royce look crude, is what the title says. Aircraft manufacturer that made luxury cars, a Bristol 401. It's got a BMW grille. Oh, really? Did you? Here it is. Here it is. The Bristol 411. NMP82L. Prevelo plate. Check this out. Look at that.
Hello everybody, I like to think I am a man of my word, and earlier this year, after I filmed the incredible Bristol Fighter, I asked you all if you wanted to see some more, and the answer was a resounding yes.
That's annoying. Do you sheep? Oh, do you sheep, not did you sheep? No. I am Nosferatu. I do not sleep.